Question number 63. The capital employed of a firm is rupees 2 lakhs. Its average profits for the last 3 years is rupees 40,000. And the normal rate of return in the business is 15%. Calculate the goodwill as 4 years purchase of the super profit. Write down. What is that? First, normal profit is equal to capital employed into normal rate of return. Capital employed into normal rate of return. 2 lakhs into 15% makes it to 30,000. Then super profit is equal to average profit minus normal profit. That is, what is a actual profit? For average profit 40,000 minus 30,000, that is equal to 10,000. Now value of the goodwill is equal to 4 into 10,000. That is number of years of purchase into super profit. 4 into 10,000 is equal to 40,000. C is the right answer. Question number 64, friends. The profits of a partnership firm for the last 4 years are 70,000, 60,000, 72,000, 78,000. The capital employed by the firm was 8 lakhs. The reasonable rate of return on capital employed is 6%. Calculate the value of the goodwill on the basis of 2 years purchase of super profit. दोस्तों पहले you do the average profit. Take your calculator. 70 plus 60 plus 72 plus 78 divided by 4. 70,000. This is what you call it as average capital. Then normal profit. Normal profit is equal to 8 lakhs into 6%. Normal profit is equal to 8 lakhs into 6%. 48,000. Now super profit is equal to 70,000 minus 48,000. 22,000. This is super profit. Then value of the goodwill is equal to 2 into 22,000. That is 44,000. B is the right answer. B is the right answer for question number 64. Question number 65. Calculate the goodwill if the firm earns a net profit of rupees 12,000 with a capital of 60,000. Normal rate of return in the business is 10%. Use capitalization of the super profit method to value the goodwill. Write down. Value of the business is equal to 12,000 divided by 10 into 100. 12,000 divided by 10 into 100. 1,20,000. Value of the goodwill is equal to 1,20,000 minus 60,000. 1,20,000 minus 60,000 makes it to 60,000. C is the right answer. Question number 66. P, Q and R are partners sharing profits equally. Partners and goodwill, capital and goodwill are partners in goodwill. Partners in goodwill appearing in the books at 3,000 is valued at 6,000. P will get a credit of what? P and Q and R are partners sharing profits and losses equally. That is, goodwill appearing in the books 6,000. P will get a credit of how much? capital and goodwill appearing in the books, partners capital and goodwill appearing in the books, 3,000 appearing in the books. Acha. The question how you have to go ahead is, that is, value of the goodwill is 6,000 and that what is appearing is 3,000. Finally, it has to be valued at 6,000. P will get a credit of how much? 2,000. So how the question is to be viewed is, partners capital, make it partners capital as 3,000, goodwill appearing in the books is 6,000. So P will get a credit of how much? 2,000. Once they are equal partners, the share in the goodwill is also equal. 6,000 divided by 3 is equal to 2,000. So A is the right answer, not the D. A is the right answer. Question number 67. The relationship between the persons who have agreed to share the profits in a business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all is known as. What is the definition of the partnership? Partnership, how you define? It is a relationship between the persons who will come together to carry on the business, to share the profits and losses arised out of that particular business is a point. So this is the definition for the partnership. So A is the right answer for question number 67. Then friends, question number 68. Features of the partnership firm are, what are the features of the partnership firm? 1. There must be minimum 2 persons. 2 or more persons are carrying common business under an agreement. They are sharing profits and losses in a fixed ratio. Business is carried on by all or any one of them acting for the all. So all of the above are the features of the partnership firm. Question number 68, D is right answer. Following are the essentials of elements of a partnership firm except there must be at least 2 persons. Yes, this is one of the essential. Then there is an agreement between the partners. This is also an essential. And partnership agreement is for some business. This is also an essential. But it is not necessary that all partners must be equal. There could be a different profit sharing ratio. So C is not an essential element of the partnership firm. So C is the right answer for question number 69. Question number 70. Following is the difference between the partnership deed and partnership agreement. What is the difference between a deed and an agreement? See, partnership agreement will be written on stamp paper. Once this partnership is registered with the registrar of the firms, then that particular agreement becomes a deed. So partnership deed is registered in the court of law, whereas partnership agreement is not a registered one. Earlier when we studied what we said, registration of a partnership firm is not compulsory, but however the disadvantages attached to the unregistered firm makes partnership firms to go voluntarily for registration. So what is the difference between the deed and agreement? Deed is something which got registered and will have enforceability in a court of law, whereas agreement is not a registered one is a point. What is the benefits that come by registration? If somebody enters into a contract with this particular partnership firm and makes a breach, then very well they can file a suit against the other person. An unregistered firm suffers from a disadvantage of not able to file a suit against a person who is making a breach of contracts. Then of course question number 70C is the right answer. Question number 71, when it is not a registered, a partnership firm is allowed to carry on the business subjected to certain disabilities. Already I said, even without registration also in the format of the partnership, you can very well do the business, but with certain disabilities is a point. C is the right answer. Question number 72. In the absence of specific provisions in the partnership deed, at what rate interest on capital of a partner would be allowed? If nothing is stated in the deed, Act says that there should not be any salary, there should not be any interest that should be given to the partners. So nil is the right answer, because Act says no interest on capital, no salary to the partners. And in case if they want to have it, they have to necessarily write it in the partnership deed is a point. Whereas Act says in the absence of anything contained in the deed, loan if you are taking from the partner, such a loan, firm need to pay 6% interest is a point. Whereas there is nil rate of interest for the capital. Question number 73, D is the right answer. Question number 74. In the absence of specific provisions in the partnership deed, at what rate salary and remuneration would be paid to the partners? At nil rate is a point. So D is the right answer for C is the right answer for question number 74. Question number 75. Match the list 1 items with the list 2 items. Interest must be allowed at 6% per annum on what? Loan given by the partner to the firm. So for A, 4 is the right choice. No interest shall be allowed on capital contributed by the partners. For the B, 3 is the right answer. Then no interest shall be charged on drawings of the partners. Must be shared equally by the partners unless and otherwise agreed. Net loss of the firm for an accounting year must be shared between the partners unless and otherwise a different ratio is prescribed. So the right option here is what? D is the right option. For A, 4, B, 3, C, 1, D, 2. D, 2. Then friends, question number 76. Profit and loss appropriation account is prepared by, it will not be prepared by a sole proprietary firm, it will be prepared by a partnership firm only, both A and B, none of the above. The right answer is B, not the D. Right answer is B. Only partnership firms will prepare the profit and loss appropriation account. B is the right answer. Question number 77. Profit and loss appropriation account is made to appropriate the profits among the partners, settle the disputes among the partners, determine the profits remaining appropriation. All of these. See, to settle the disputes among the partners, we are not preparing the profit and loss appropriation account. We are preparing the profit and loss appropriation account to appropriate the profits among the partners. A is the right answer, not the D. A is the right answer. Then question number 78. X and Y are partners. They do not have any partnership agreement. What should be done in the following case? They are partners but there is no deed. Then X spends twice the time that Y devotes to the business. X claims that he should get a salary of 6,000 per month for his extra time spent. See, unless and otherwise there is a deed and that deed contains a clause for paying the salary, Act says what? No salary, no interest to the partners. So C is the right option. Y has provided a capital of 50,000 whereas X has provided 5,000 only on capital. X however has provided 5,000. X however has provided 10,000 as a loan to the firm. What interest if any will be given to X and Y? See, the one who has given the loan can claim 6% interest, but on capital no interest will be paid, nil. So B is the right answer. Then friends, Y wants that profit should be distributed in the ratio of capital, but X wants that it should be distributed equally. In the absence of the partnership deed, Act says what? All partners are equal. So A is the right answer. Profits are to be distributed equally. Unless and otherwise there is a deed which specifically states what is their profit sharing ratio. In the given problem, it is clearly stated that there is no deed. So henceforth they have to look at the Act, and the Act clearly says that there is no, the profit is to be shared between them equally is a point. Question number 79 friends. A, B and C with a capital of 50,000, 40,000, 30,000 respectively were carrying on the business in the partnership. The firm reported a profit for the year was 62,400. As per the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act, find out the share of each partner in the above amount after taking into account notice has been provided in advance by A of rupees 50,000 in addition to his capital contribution. So, in the absence of anything stated in the deed, interest is to be paid on loan taken from the partner. So 40,000 के ऊपर 6% कैलकुलेट कर दो दोस्तों. 40,000 into 6% is equal to 2,400. 40,000% is equal to 2,400. तो 62,400 में से 2,400 निकाल दिए तो 60,000 and that 60,000 is to be equally distributed बोले तो 20 आ जाएगा. मगर only to ये that 20,000 plus 2,400 rupees of the interest, 22,400 will come to A, whereas B and C will get 20,000. 20,000 is a point to be remembered. A is the right answer. Question number 80. Y and Z are partners in a firm. At the time of division of profit for the year, there was a dispute between the partners. Profits before the interest on partners' capital was 15,000. Y demands an interest of 24% per annum on his loan of 80,000. There was no agreement on this point. Calculate the amount payable to X, Y and Z. अच्छा, in the question में X भी एक partner है, X, Y and Z are partners in a partnership firm. If nothing is stated in the partnership deed, if loan is taken from a partner, that loan will be giving him an entitlement to get interest at the rate of 6% only. So 80,000 के ऊपर 6% कैलकुलेट कर दो दोस्तों. 80,000 into 6% करे तो कितना आएगा? तो 15,000 में से 4,800 निकाल दो. That is 6% on 80,000 is equal to 4,200 and 15,000 minus 4,200 is equal to 10,800. 10,800 divided by 3 is equal to 3,400. You are not getting it? Then you please write it. Profit before interest. Write down like this. First, profit before interest 15,000. Interest on loan 80,000 into 6% 4,200. Balance 10,400. 10,400 divided by 3 3,400 each. Whereas Y only will get what? That 3,400 plus this. How much? What is the interest? 4,800. कुल मिला के कितना? 3,400 plus this. Totally it will come to 8,200. C is the right answer. 81. A and B are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 4:1. C was a manager who received a salary of rupees 2,000 per month. In addition to the commission of 5% on the net profits after charging such commission, profit for the year is 3,39,000 before charging the salary. Find out the remuneration of C. Take the calculation दोस्तों. Profit before salary 3,39,000 less salary inner column 2,000 into 12 24,000 outer column 3,39,000 minus 24,000 3,15,000. Again it's 3,15,000 you write profit before charging commission, profit before charging such commission, before charging commission. Now commission is equal to, or remuneration is equal to, before remuneration, and remuneration is equal to 3,15,000 divided by 105 into 5. 105 into 5. How much? कितना आ गए? 3,15,000 divided by 105 whole multiplied by 5. 15,000. Write down. That is less remuneration 15,000. So balance profits, how much it is? Balance profit is 3,15,000 में से 15,000 निकाल दिए तो 3 lakhs आ जाएगा. Then once 3 lakhs comes, 3 lakhs को 4:1 में से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करें तो क्या होगा? How much each will get? 2,40,000 and 60,000 will be for 2,40,000 is for A. For B it is 60,000, but the question requires you to calculate the remuneration to C. Remuneration to C is 15,000. Make there 15,000. So A cut 39,000 and put 15,000. 15,000 is a correct answer. 15,000 is a correct answer. And formula wise, what is the formula for remuneration after charging such commission? Remuneration after charging such commission is equal, remuneration after charging such remuneration is what? Remuneration is equal to profit before remuneration divided by 100 plus percentage of remuneration whole multiplied by percentage of remuneration is the formula which you have to use. So question number 81, 15,000 is the remuneration to Mr. Who? C, who is a manager there. So with that 15,000 of the, what is it, commission, sorry, not remuneration, with that 15,000 rupees of the commission plus 24,000 rupees of the remuneration, 24 plus 15 will be what? 24 plus 15 is equal to 39. In that case, 39,000 is correct answer. So remuneration is 24,000, commission is 15,000. Put together is 39,000. Slight correction is required here. What is remuneration? Is a salary. So salary is, total remuneration includes salary plus commission. Remuneration is equal to salary plus commission. Salary is 24,000 plus commission is 15,000. कुल मिला के remuneration बोले तो total कितना आएगा? 24,000 plus 15,000 is 39,000. Then no correction is required. A is still continue to be the correct answer with 39,000 as the answer. Then friends, question number 82. Following are the differences between capital account and current account. Capital account and current account कहाँ prepare करेंगे आप? When capitals are maintained under the fixed capital method, then you will have two accounts. One is capital account and another is a current account. So capital account and current account are prepared under the fixed capital method, whereas capital account is only prepared when fluctuating capital method. So A is the, what is it, one of the difference. And B is, in capital account only capital introduced and withdrawn is recorded. All other transactions between the firm and partners is recorded in the current account. Even drawings also will be recorded in the current account, friends. So B is not correct statement. Interest is sometimes paid on capital account balance, but no such interest is payable on current account balance. Yes. Interest is sometimes paid on capital account balance, but no such interest. Interest is not payable on what is it? Current account. It will be paid only on the capital account. Following are the differences between the capital account and current account. So capital account and current account are prepared under the fixed capital method, whereas capital account is prepared under the fluctuating capital method. That they are describing what is fixed capital and what is fluctuating capital. Whereas in case of the B and C, exactly they are giving you what is the precise difference. So in capital account, only capital introduced and withdrawn, it will be recorded in the current account. So interest is sometimes paid on capital account, but no such interest is paid on the current account. That is the exact difference. See, following are the differences between capital account and the current account. except what? Except A and the C. Make D as the right answer with A and C बोल के बता दीजिए. A and B. Of course, the question requires you to tell what is not the difference. If that is the case, the answer should be capital account and current account are prepared under the fixed capital method, whereas capital account is prepared under the fluctuating capital method. It's not a difference. Point is, you are describing what is what. That is the reason why they kept answer as A. See, in B and C, they tried to what? They tried to explain the difference, but B is a wrong statement altogether. B is a wrong statement altogether. Why? Because in fixed capital method, once current account is maintained, there is no question of putting the drawings through the capital account. So B is a wrong statement altogether, whereas C is a correct difference, whereas A is only the one which describes what is fixed capital and fluctuating capital. That made them to put the answer for question number 82 as A. Question number 83. Interest on capital of partner is an expenditure, an appropriation, again none. The answer is B, an appropriation. Try to understand, it's not A, it is an appropriation of the profit. Interest on capital is an appropriation of the profit. B is the right answer. Question number 84. Which of these statements is true? Interest on capital is credited to the capital account. Yes, interest on capital is credited to the capital account. The entry is interest on capital account dated to capital account. So, interest on capital will be credited to the capital account is the right answer. A is right answer. State whether partner's capital account will be debited or credited in each of the following cases. To transfer the profit on revaluation, it will be credited. Entry लगा दो. That is profit and loss appropriation account dated to capital. Profit and loss appropriation account dated to capital accounts. B is the right answer. To record the loss on revaluation, entry is what? Capital account dated to profit and loss appropriation account. Partner's capital account dated to profit and loss appropriation account. A is the right answer. For question number 85. Second bit. Third bit. To record the general reserve record करने के लिए entry क्या करते? Profit and loss account dated to general reserve. So it will be credited. B is the right answer. To record the amount of the goodwill brought in by the new partner. So whenever new partner brings the cash towards his share of goodwill, goodwill is to be raised in the books. Then the entry, please write goodwill account dated to capital. Goodwill account dated to capital. So it will be credited. When goodwill is raised, then also the entry is goodwill account dated to capital. Of course, for the fourth bit, you write the entry cash account dated to capital account. Cash account dated to capital or cash account dated to goodwill. Sorry. For fourth bit, the entry is cash account dated to capital only. Sorry. Cash account dated to capital only, not goodwill. Cash account dated to capital account of the new partner. For fifth, when goodwill is raised, entry is goodwill account dated to capital, so it will be credited. When goodwill is written off, writing off बोले तो क्या होता? कैपिटल को डेबिट कर देते. राइट द एंट्री कैपिटल अकाउंट डेटेड टू गुडविल. कैपिटल को कम करना बोले तो उसको डेबिट करना, गुडविल को निकाल देना, राइट ऑफ कर देना बोले तो गुडविल इज एन एसेट. To close it off, you will credit. So when goodwill is written off, entry is capital account dated to goodwill. On that pretext, capital account को क्या हो रहा? Debit हो रहा. Then question number 7. When shortage of the capital is brought in, किसी का कैपिटल कम है तो उन्होंने पैसे ला रहे बोले तो एंट्री क्या करते? If any person whose capital is short is going to bring the capital, entry is cash account dated to capital, so credited is the right answer. Cash account dated to capital, in that case credited is the right answer. यदि किसी का कैपिटल एक्सेस हुए तो उसको पे ऑफ कर दिए तो कैसे करते? एंट्री वंस That is, excess capital is paid off, entry is capital account debtor to cash. Capital account debtor to cash. That means debited. एंट्री आए तो आपको यहां डेबिट करना क्रेडिट करना इजी बता सकते आप. ये डेबिटेड. 9th, to transfer profit and loss account, to transfer profit and loss account, जो भी प्रॉफिट है उसको कैपिटल को ट्रांसफर करना बोले तो क्या एंट्री लगाते हैं आप? P&L account debtor to capital account. P&L account debtor to capital account. On that pretext, we are writing P&L account will get debited. Capital will be credited. To transfer the workman compensation reserve. Workman compensation reserve के लिए प्रॉफिट ट्रांसफर करना बोले तो क्या एंट्री लगा देते हैं आप? P&L account debtor to workman compensation reserve. एनी रिजर्व ट्रांसफर कैसे हो जाता? P&L अप्रोप्रिएशन को डेबिट होके वो रिजर्व को क्रेडिट हो जाता. P&L account debtor to workman compensation. To transfer to employees provident fund, उसके लिए भी एंट्री एम्प्लॉइज प्रोविडेंट फंड को क्रेडिट करके P&L अप्रोप्रिएशन को डेबिट कर देते, P&L अकाउंट को डेबिट कर देते. P&L अकाउंट डेटर टू एम्प्लॉइज प्रोविडेंट फंड. यहां पे आंसर इज गिवन एज अ क्रेडिट फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ द एम्प्लॉइज प्रोविडेंट फंड. उसको क्या होता बोले तो क्रेडिट होता. P&L अकाउंट क्या होता बोले तो डेबिट हो जाता. 86 क्वेश्चन. फ्लक्चुएटिंग कैपिटल इज credited with interest on capital, profit for the year, remuneration to the partners. All these are different amounts which should go to the partner. So all these amounts will be credited to the current account once they maintain the capitals under the fixed capital method. Then they will go to the current account. If it is a fluctuating capital method, all these things will go to the capital account. Interest on capital, profit and remuneration, all these things will be credited to the capital account. D is the right answer. Question number 87, friends. A and B are partners with capital of rupees 20,000 and 10,000 respectively. Interest payable on capital is 10% per annum. Find the interest on capital for both partners when profits earned by the firm is rupees 2,400. A and B are partners with a capital of 20,000 and 10,000 respectively. Interest payable on capital is 10% per annum. Find the interest on capital for both the partners when the profits earned by the firm is rupees 2,400. Friends, please remember interest is payable only when the sufficient profit is available. What is the point? Write down. Interest is payable only when sufficient profit is available. Interest is payable only when sufficient profit is available. If that is the case, on 20,000 10% बोले तो 2,000, 10,000 के ऊपर 10% बोले तो 1,000, 2,000 plus 1,000 is equal to 3,000, whereas profit which is available to you is only 2,400. That made us to say no interest will be paid to the partners. C is the right answer. Then question number 88. A and B are partners. A's capital is rupees 10,000, B's capital is 6,000, interest payable is 6% per annum. B is entitled to a salary of 300 per month. Profit of the year before the interest and salary is 8,000. Profit to be shared between A and B will be, first 6,000 के ऊपर 6% बोले तो कितना आ जाएगा? 360 आ जाएगा. 360 plus 300 rupees of the salary, 660. Total 8,000 में से 8,000 minus, what is it, friends? See, profit of the year before interest and salary to B is rupees 8,000. वहां salary 3,000 per month है. So per annum how much it is? 300 into 12 is equal to 3,600. 3,600 plus 360. 3,600 plus 360 of interest. 3,000 or 8,000 minus 3,960. 4,040. और 10,000 के ऊपर 6% ऑफ द इंटरेस्ट मीन्स व्हाट 600, वो 600 भी निकाल दो. 4,040 minus 600 is 3,440 divided by 2 is equal 1,720, 1,720. Nothing is stated, profits are to be distributed equally. So 1720, 1720, A is the right answer. Question number 89. X, Y and Z are partners in a firm. At the time of division of the profits for the year, there is a dispute between partners. Profits before interest on partners' capital was 10,000 and X wanted interest on capital at 20% as his capital contribution was 1 lakh as compared with that of the Y and Z 75,000 and 50,000 respectively. Calculate each partner's share. Try to understand the point here, friends. If nothing is mentioned regarding interest on partner's capital, then what is it, friends? No interest is required to be paid is a point. So here profits before interest on partners' capital was 10,000. That is to be distributed among all the partners equally. Write down, if nothing is specified in the deed, if nothing is specified in the deed regarding interest, then partners are not entitled for any interest on capital, thus entire 10,000 is to be distributed equally among all the partners. Entire profit of 10,000 is to be equally distributed among the partners. Is the right answer. Question number 90, friends. Profit for the year ended 31st December 2008 before making above appropriations were 2,16,000. Interest on drawings amounted to 2,200 for Amit and 2,500 for Vijay. Calculate each partner's share of profit and the loss. Friends, interest on capital is an expenditure, whereas interest on drawings is a income. So interest on drawings is 2,200 plus 2,500. कुल मिला के कितना? 2,200 plus 2,500. Totally is how much? 4,700 plus 2,16,000. 2,20,700. How many partners are there? Amit and Vijay. Nothing is stated means equally you have to distribute that as a point. Isn't it or not? So in that case, none of these is the right answer. D is the right answer. D is the right answer because you have to add to the profit interest on drawings and total amount of the profit is to be distributed among the partners equally. So that made us to say none of the above is the point. Question number 91. X and Y started the business on 1st April 2008 with capitals of 2,50,000 and 1,50,000 respectively. On 1st October 2008, they decided that their capital should be rupees 2 lakhs each. The necessary adjustment in the capital were made by introducing and withdrawing the cash. Interest on capital is allowed at 8%. Calculate the interest on capital as on 31st March 2009. Doston, try to understand. For the first 6 months from 1st April to 30th September, you have to calculate the interest at 8% per annum on 2,50,000 and 1,50,000. And from 1st October to what is it? Your 31st March, you have to calculate the interest on 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs. First, write down 2,50,000 into 8% into 6 by 12. 2,50,000 into 8% into 6 by 12. 2,50,000 into 8% into 6 by 12. Huh? Sure? 10,000. Next, 2 lakhs into 8% into 6 by 12. 'कुल मिला के कितना? This 8,000 plus that 10,000. 18,000. X को 18,000 मिलेगा. Y को कैसे मिलेगा? Calculate 1,50,000 into 8% into 6 by 12. 6,000. 2 lakh, next 2 lakhs into 8% into 6 by 12. 8,000. ही बताओ 1,50,000 के ऊपर 8% के साथ 6 months करे तो कितना आ रहा? 1,50,000 into 8% into 6 by 12. For the first 6 months, his capital is only 1,50,000. How many it is coming? 6,000, and on 2 lakhs, 8 plus 6 is equal to? So C is the right answer. X को 18,000 मिलेगा, Y को 14,000 मिलेगा. Question number 92. X and Y started a business on 1st April 2008 with capitals of 5 lakhs and 3 lakhs respectively. On 1st May 2008, X introduced additional capital of 1 lakh and Y withdrew 5,000 from his capital. On 1st October 2008, X withdrew 2 lakhs from his capital and Y introduced 2,50,000 on his capital. Interest on capital is allowed at 6% per annum. Calculate the interest on capital for the year ending on 31st March 2009. Doston, when different drawings are there and capital is getting reduced and capital is getting enhanced, means you just make the calculation of the interest carefully. The answer should be what? 29,500 and 22,000. What is it? 750. Shall I do it for X for you? Okay. Write down. Interest on capital for X. Interest on capital for X. 5 lakhs into 6 by 100 into 1 by 12. Only for 1 month. क्योंकि April month. Write down. 2,500. Then on 1st May he introduced 1 lakh. तो on 6 lakhs के ऊपर कितने महीने? मई, जून, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर. For 5 months you have to calculate. तो 6 lakhs into 6% into 5 by 12. कितना? Sure? You should be careful. 15,000. Okay, we will see. Then, 2 lakhs withdraw कर दिए. तो 4 lakhs के ऊपर कैलकुलेट कर दो. 4 lakhs into 6% into कितना? 6 by 12. Please do calculations carefully. 4 lakhs into 12,000. So add all these three things. 2,500 plus that 14 plus odd plus this 12. कुल मिला के वैसा ही आप Y को भी कैलकुलेट कर दो. Take the answer as D is the right answer. Question number 93. On 31st March 2009, after the close of accounts, the capital accounts of X and Y stood in the books of the firm at 4 lakh and 5 lakhs respectively. Interest on capital is allowed at 6% per annum. Subsequently, it was discovered that interest on capital had been omitted while computing the profits for the year ended on 31st March 2009, amounted to 2 lakhs. The partners' drawings during the year had been X 1 lakh, Y 50,000. profit sharing ratio of X and Y was 3:2. Calculate the interest on capital if their capitals are fluctuating. तो कैसे कैलकुलेट कर देते आप? See, here I will tell you the way out for you. What is the profit before charging the interest? Profit for the year ended 31st March 2009, which amounted to 2 lakhs. That is, first write down profit for the year without charging the interest, 2 lakhs. Without charging the interest, 2 lakhs. Now, are they equal partners or they are 3:2 partners? So, wrong profit credited to the capital accounts. Wrong profit credited to the capital accounts. X 1,20,000 kaisa? 2 lakhs divided by 5 into 3. 2 lakhs divided by 5 into 3. 1,20,000. To Y 2 lakhs divided by 5 into 2. That is 80,000. That is 80,000. So what you need to do, friends? First you have to calculate what is the opening capital. Opening capital kaise calculate karte? Write down opening capital is equal to closing capital plus drawings minus interest on capital. Minus profits. So, in case of X, 4 lakhs plus 1 lakh, 4 lakhs plus 1 lakh minus 4 lakhs plus 1 lakh minus 1,20,000. 4 lakhs plus 1 lakh is equal to 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs minus 1,20,000 is equal to what? 3,80,000. That is his opening capital. See, 3,80,000 is his opening capital. Profit is 1,20,000 बोले तो 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs में से drawing 1 lakh निकाल दिए तो 4 lakhs is the closing capital. From the closing capital you arrived at the opening capital. उनका ओपनिंग कैपिटल कितना है? उनका ओपनिंग कैपिटल हुआ 3 lakhs कितना? 3,80,000. 3,80,000. And now you have to calculate the, what is it? The correct way of doing it. And what is stated, what is the question requirement? Calculate the interest on capital. Calculate the interest on capital. How do you calculate the interest on capital? When they have withdrawn the money, partners drawings during the year, total year is 1 lakh. कब उन्होंने विथड्रा करे हमको मालूम नहीं है, तो कैसे करते हम? प्रॉफिट ओपनिंग कैपिटल तो कैलकुलेट कर दिए हम. ओपनिंग कैपिटल को कैलकुलेट करने के बाद here calculate the interest on capital if the capitals were fluctuating. Okay, what is the opening capital you calculated? 3,80,000. Write down. Interest on capital is equal to 3,80,000 into 6%. 3,80,000, because on opening capital only you will calculate the interests. Correct. Like that for Y will you calculate? You should be able to calculate. Y का भी opening capital कर दो. Opening capital of Y is equal to, opening capital of the Y is equal to 5 lakhs plus 50,000 minus 80,000. 5 lakhs is a closing capital, 50,000 is a drawings, minus share of profit is 80,000. तो कितना हुआ? 4 lakhs 70, 4,70,000 के ऊपर 6% कैलकुलेट कर दो. Correct. So after doing this problem, what is the knowledge that you are getting? First you have to calculate the opening capital. How to calculate the opening capital? Closing capital plus drawings minus profit that got credited करे तो opening capital आ जाएगा. वो opening capital के ऊपर calculate करके बताना. This is very important question from the examination point of view. In this, the crux is all in how do you calculate the opening capital. Once you know the opening capital, it is easy for you to calculate the interest. Question number 94, friends. From the following balance sheet of A and B, calculate the interest on capital at 5% per annum payable to B for the year ending on 31st December 2008. A's capital is 10,000, B's capital is 8,000, profit and loss appropriation is 4,000, sundry assets is 22,000. So, किसके कैपिटल के ऊपर you have to calculate the interest payable? B's capital के ऊपर 8,000 into 5%. 8,000 into 5% is what? 400 is the point, and A is the right answer, and interest is calculated on the opening capital once capitals are maintained. On opening capital, that's it. So 400, take it as a right answer. What is a 400? A is the right answer. A is the right answer. Then interest on drawings of the partners is a profit to the business, whereas interest on capital is an expenditure loss. So B is the right answer. Interest on drawings is a profit to the business. Question number 96. Where will you record the interest on drawings in the final accounts of the firm? We will credit the same to the profit and loss appropriation account. B is the right answer. Whereas interest on capital को profit and loss appropriation को debit करते, interest on drawings को हम credit करेंगे. B is the right answer. Question number 97. How would you close the partner's drawings account? Drawings account will get closed through current account. Entry is current account dated to drawings account. A is the right answer. Question number 98. Product method is used for calculation of interest on drawings. So in drawings, if made at different dates and those dates are known to you, then it will be calculated on product methods. On number of months or number of days, you will see and calculate the interest on drawing. That we call it as a product method. C is the right answer. Question number 99. A is drawing 500 regularly on 16th of every month. He will have to pay the interest in a year on 6,000 at a given rate of interest for the total period of, see, regularly if the drawings are made, then interest is to be paid only for 6 months. You have to calculate interest on an average for 6 months is a point. Once drawings are made regularly, this is very important point. That is, once drawings are made regularly on a particular date, then the interest is to be calculated for 6 months. Then B is the right answer. Question number 100. Calculate the interest on drawings of Mr. A at the rate of 10% per annum for the year ended 31st December 2008 if his drawings during the year 2008 were 14,400. Calculate 14,400 into 10% is 1440. Only if dates of drawings are not given, only for 6 months you have to calculate 1440 into 6 by 12 is equal to 720. This is very important question from the examination point of view. 101. Calculate the interest on drawings of Mr. E at 10% per annum for the year ended on 31st December if he withdraw the following amounts under as under January 31st 3600, March 31st 2400, July 1st 4800, September 30th 1800, November 1st 3000. So since dates are clearly mentioned, you have to calculate separately on each amount. तो 3600 के ऊपर 10% कर दो दोस्तों, 360 आएगा. 360 into 11 by 12. 360 into 11 by 12 is equal to 330. वो एक प्लेस पे लगा दो. मार्च 31 में 2400 10% बोले तो 240 divided by 12 into 9 divided by 12 into 9 180. That also you keep it at one place. July 1st 4800 के ऊपर 10% 480. 480 बोले तो 480 divided by 12 into 6. Keep it at one place. September 30th 1800 divided by into 10% is equal to 180. 180 into 3 by 12. How much? 180 into 3 by 12. 40, 45. 3000 के ऊपर 2 महीने कैलकुलेट करना. 3000 into 10% is equal to 30. 30 divided by 12 into 2. 3000 into 10% is equal to 300. Sorry, 300 divided by 12 into 2. 50. पूरा ऐड करे तो 845 आ रहा. आ जाता. C is the right answer. Question number 102. Calculate the interest on drawings of Mr. H at 10% per annum for the year ended 31st December 2008 if he withdraws 3600 during the middle of the each quarter. During the middle of the each quarter he has withdrawn. So dates are clearly known to you. Calculate and check. 720 should come as an answer. B is the right answer. Ram is a partner. He made drawings as follows. 1st July 200, 1st August 200, 1st September 300, 1st November 50, 1st February 100. Then what is the interest on such drawings? Interest on capital should be charged at, interest on loan is, what is it? The 6%. If nothing is specified, you should not charge anything about interest. Here rate of interest is not specified, friends. Then if rate of interest is not specified, then what you do is you put it as nil. E, option E, none of the above बोल के लगा दो, because rate of interest तो दे देना है ना, वो नहीं दिए तो we should not calculate. 104. X and Y started business on 1st April 2008 with capitals of rupees 5 lakhs and 3 lakhs respectively. Calculate the interest on drawings of Mr. X 10% per annum for the year ended on 31st December 2008 if he withdrew during the first 3 months he withdrew 2000 and in the beginning of every month, and during the next 3 months he withdrew 2000 at the end of the every month. During the remaining months he withdrew 2000 per month. So since dates are very much clearly known, calculate the interest, it will come 675. I am not going ahead with the arithmetical calculations. Question number 105. Premium brought in by the new partner is meant to compensate the old partner. Once new partner gets admitted, he will bring premium towards his share of goodwill, which will be shared by the old partners. So because new partner is coming, old partners tomorrow need to sacrifice the profit that they are going to get otherwise. So in order to compensate the old partners, new partner will bring the premium as a point. Question number 105B is the right answer. Question number 106. Following are the factors affecting the goodwill except nature of the business, technical know-how, location of the customers. These are all going to affect the goodwill, but what is not going to affect the goodwill is the efficiency of the management. What is attributed to the goodwill? Nature of the business से goodwill decide हो जाता, technical know-how से goodwill decide हो जाता, location of the customer से goodwill decide कर सकते, efficiency of the management is something on the basis of which we are not going to calculate the goodwill as a point. B is the right answer. Friends, I will complete this particular chapter, first chapter, with 106 questions. I am confident the students who did with the concept and the questions, practical questions and multiple choice questions up to 106 will definitely be able to do with the remaining multiple choice questions. So I leave these things to you. You are free. You please feel free to call me for any doubts you have here. And in this topic, to sum up the whole lot of issue, goodwill is one important aspect from the examination point of view, and interest on capital and drawings, you please take care and learn perfectly as a point. Thank you.